Length is measured in more than one unit. The units used basically depends upon your own convenience. Let's take an example. The distance between Earth and Moon is around 384,000 kilometers. Whenever someone is mentioning the distance between Earth and Moon, he will always use the unit kilometer. If you were to use the unit millimeter, the distance from the Earth and Moon in millimeters would be this much, right? So it is better to use this unit for larger distances and this millimeter for smaller distances. The units we come across in our everyday life are millimeter, centimeter, meter, and kilometer. Now the SI unit of length is the meter, this one right here. The rest are its derived unit. Kilometer, centimeter, millimeter all have the word, the unit meter in them. Now if you have to convert from millimeter to centimeter, you will have to divide it by 10. Then from centimeter to meter, you have to divide the value by 100. Then from meter to kilometer, you'll have to divide the value by 1000. So this basically means that in 1 centimeter there are 10 millimeters, in 1 meter there are 100 centimeters, and in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters. Now if you have to go back, you just multiply the same numbers. So that's how you convert the units of the length. Now what do we use to measure millimeter, centimeter, meter, and kilometer? The first thing we use is the tape measure. Now the tape measure measures distances from 10 meter to as short as 0.01, 0.1, not 0.01, 0.1 centimeter. So a tape measure is capable of measuring lengths from 0.1 centimeter to 10 meter. From 0.1 centimeter to 10 meter. These two are tape measures. This is a flexible tape measure. This is more like a rigid tape measure. You use this one right now. This one is used by tailors. If you were to measure the distance of the width of this road right here, you would use a tape measure. You would not use a meter rule, you would not use a micrometer, screw gauge, or vernier caliper, but you would use a tape measure. So it depends greatly on the distance you want to measure. The type of instrument depends on the distance you want to measure and to what accuracy you want to measure. This is the accuracy of the tape measure, and it is also called the least count. Accuracy and least count. Least count is the smallest value that an instrument can measure. It is also the accuracy of that instrument. Now if you were to measure the width of this tablet right here, you would use a meter rule. A meter rule is an instrument that measures lengths from 0.1 centimeter to 100 centimeter. You might have seen this in your laboratory. This is the meter rule. It's made out of wood because that wood is lighter, so it is easier to handle the meter rule. This is the vernier caliper. Now vernier caliper is used to measure lengths from 30 centimeter, max of 30 centimeter, to a least of 0.1 centimeter, 0.01 centimeter. So it goes from 0.01 centimeter to 30 centimeter. 0.01 centimeter is its least count and accuracy. Now this greatly depends on the manufacturer. This can also be 15, 20, 10, as vernier caliper is used to measure the lengths of objects which lie around 10 to 12 centimeter. So it is not feasible to make a vernier caliper that goes up to 100 centimeter. Vernier caliper may be used to measure the diameter of a ball, you just simply put the ball right here, and this digital screen will give you the reading of the length of from one end of the ball to the other end of the ball. Vernier caliper is greatly used in the measurement of the ball in table tennis tournaments. That ball must exactly be equal to 4.00 centimeter in diameter. Vernier caliper is used there in championships of table tennis. Now this is the micrometer screw gauge. Micrometer screw gauge working principle is same as that of the vernier caliper. Now these two are digital ones. You'll be using digital ones from now on. This one and this one. You just put the thing in it and the LED screen gives you the reading. What you do is you put the object here which you want to measure. Now micrometer measures length from 0.001 centimeter up till 2.5 centimeter. So bodies which are this minute, they are very fragile. They can break easily, they can compress easily. So to prevent them from compressing or deforming, what you do is, first of all, you put the object right here. Then you turn the grip. By moving the grip, this spindle moves towards the object. It grips the object. When it has gripped the object, then you turn this ratchet. By turning this ratchet, this spindle moves very little, very little. If you turn this ratchet, let's say twice, this spindle will move only 0.001 millimeter to prevent the object from being compressed or deformed. When the ratchet starts to click, it gives you a clicking sound. We just stop there. This means that now the pressure is being exerted on the object. The object is firmly held between anvil and the spindle, and if you further rotate the ratchet, the object will get deformed. So these are the instruments which are used to measure lengths of different units, of different criteria. This micrometer screw gauge is greatly used to measure lengths of optic fiber. Optic fiber is very thin. It is as thin as this dot right here. Even thinner than this. It is as thin as this dot right here. So to measure the thickness of this optic fiber, you use a micrometer screw gauge.